Hey, fourth graders, we are doing 2 pages today. We're doing page 118 and 121. I'm not going to talk as much about 118. It's plural nouns, which just means more than one. So this is a review. Just one thing that I wanted to say about plural nouns, okay, is that you guys are pretty good about change the Y to I and add ES. However, okay, so this is what we kind of learned. You change the Y to I and add ES. However, what you need to do is you need to look at the letter that comes before the Y. Okay? So on this one right here, the letter is a vowel because you see right before the Y, there's an E, which means we do not change the Y to I. All we have to do is leave the Y and add S. So when it's a vowel, we leave it alone and add S. But look at bunny. I look at the word before the Y, it's a consonant, okay? If it's a consonant, then the Y changes to I and add ES. So let's write that down. If it's a vowel, you're just gonna add S, and the Y stays the same. Okay, if it's a consonant, I'm gonna abbreviate here. If it's a consonant, like in bunny, it was an N, then the Y changes to I and add ES. So I just want you to know that it's not every single time. I think when kids see the Y, they go, we change it to I and add ES. But always look at the letter before it. If it's a vowel, then you just leave it and add the letter S. Okay, so let's look at number 1. Ballroom dancing is one of my aunt's. The word is hobby, so I need to make it plural. And I'm going to look at that letter before the Y. It's a B, so I know it's a consonant. And what did we learn about consonants? That is when we need to change the Y to I and add ES. Okay, so look at the letter before the Y. You guys know your vowels, A, E, I, O, U. If it's not a vowel, it's a consonant. And then when you get down to this next section down here, you're going to find 6 mistakes in the paragraph. Okay, and they're going to be 6 plural nouns that are written incorrectly. So you're going to fix them. So let's see if we can do one together. Remember, we're looking for 6. My brother takes dance lessons on Fridays. Oh boy, who spots that one? I sure did. Yep, and they capitalized it, but they spelled it wrong, didn't they? So I need to fix it. And then I need to move on and look for my next 5, okay? So you should be able to find those guys. And then meet me on page 121 when you are ready. Here we go. We have fact and opinion. Okay, this is also a review. We know that fact is something that is true, and opinion is something that somebody thinks. Okay? It's your opinion, it's what somebody thinks. All right, so I'm going to read a short story called The Barn Owl. And as I'm reading, our goal is going to be to come up with facts and opinions. Okay? On mine, they have 3 facts. So you can go ahead and number down here. And they have 2 opinions. There's actually way more than that, but this is what they're asking you to write. Okay? So this is called a T map. Okay, that's why it looks like a T across the top. So let's read the story, but as I'm reading, I want you to be listening for facts, things that are true, and also opinions. All right, here we go. Every summer, I went to stay on my grandfather's farm. I liked getting away from the noisy city and being in the quiet countryside, breathing fresh air. There were so many places to explore. During one visit, when I was 11, I was in the barn getting some hay for my grandfather's horse when I heard a rustling from above. I looked up and saw an animal. At first, I wasn't sure what it was. Then I realized it was a small owl. I knew there were many types of owls. What type of owl had I found? Okay, let's just stop right there for a second. Okay, so let's look back and what's something that we already read about. We're not quite done. We're only half done with the story, but who can find a fact in the story? Okay, so think about that. As I kept reading, I noticed that a lot of the facts were over here and a lot of the opinions were over here. Okay, so let's think about maybe an opinion on what we just read. Okay, she likes getting away from the noisy city. Okay, that's her opinion. Not everybody likes to do that. So that would be her opinion. Okay, so you could write something about that. Okay, let's keep reading, and I want you to listen for some facts coming up about owls. After I fed the horse, I told my grandfather about the owl. He came back with me to look at it. When he saw it, he said it was a barn owl. He pointed out its beautiful white feathers with some yellow and orange. Okay, so you could write something about the feathers, right? You can't write that they're beautiful. You could put that on the opinion side, right? Because he thinks they're beautiful. But you could also write on the fact side, over here, you could write that the feathers are yellow and orange. Okay, the opinion is more what somebody thinks, how they're describing it. Let's keep reading. A barn's owl face is funny. Okay, do you think it's funny to everybody or just certain people? Is that an opinion? Think about that. Okay, looking and shaped like a heart. Like all owls, they sleep in the daytime. Okay, owls sleep in the daytime. Okay, we're learning some facts in here. And hunt at night. My grandfather told me he was happy to have owls on the farm because they hunt mice. Okay, so he's happy about that. Okay, that's his opinion. So I want you guys to find 3 facts, 3 things that are true about owls, and then listen for some of their opinions, either hers or her grandfather's, that you're going to write on the lines, okay? You can kind of just go like this. And it might not be a complete sentence because there's not a ton of space, guys. So just make sure that I understand what you mean, okay? Thanks, guys.